After the flood destroyed MacArthur Elementary in September 2011, our dedicated community, faculty, staff, and families overcame adversity and determined to rebuild. This presentation will highlight how MacArthur Elementary will be an exciting, economically sound, structurally efficient, and environmentally responsible building. The process involved a comprehensive plan which included a number of meetings with various stakeholders to shape the vision of the new construction. Architects and the district met with the Board of Education, faculty and staff, and the community to create the goals. The goals were: we will respect the energy of the site, we will heal our relationship with the river, we will create a net zero fossil fuel building, we will teach, and we will create a safe and welcoming place for students and the communities. Next, the architects developed a schematic design. They began to shape the site and the floor plan. They then showed this site with the design to the stakeholders and were provided with feedback. Feedback such as having a dual track with differentiation in surface materials, an integration of the innovative playscapes, additional emergency access and parking for the soccer field, security and protection of the track for our students and community, addition of storage space, an increase in the size of the gymnasium, additional classrooms to accommodate growth, additional restrooms, changing the proximity of the pre-K classrooms to be near the main entrance, and the reconfiguration of the staff lounge. Heating and cooling the building or systems was researched next. To meet the goal of creating a net zero fossil fuel building, architects designed MacArthur with geothermal and solar energy. This energy will provide heat and air. The heat will be provided through radiant heat floors and air through a displacement ventilation system. This system brings clean air in at the floor level and blankets the entire floor. Body heat and the temperature of the exhaled air drives dirty air up to the ceiling, and much of this stale air will be removed from the building. Next, architects looked at the materials. It has been recommended to construct MacArthur with structural insulated panels, or SIPs, which are energy efficient, prefabricated panels. Next step was to determine the cost of the project. The entire scope of the project is approximately $77,843,000. This total includes the emergency cleanup and relocation, the new building, the demolition and site prep, the site work, field and concession, the photovoltaic and geothermal unit, furniture and equipment, contingencies, and incidental costs. Funding sources for these costs include 75% from FEMA and 25% from the New York State Office of Emergency Management Services. The only local share in this cost would be coming from the photovoltaic and geothermal units, which would be a 5.9% local share cost of the $4.237 million. In addition to that share, there are also costs associated with borrowing the money to construct MacArthur until FEMA has reimbursed the district. Of this $2.9 million estimated local share, the district would finance by law for 30 years. So for an average home in the city of Binghamton, there would be 6.6 cents per $1,000 of assessed value. This equates for a home assessed at $100,000 an estimated $6.6 per year on your tax bill. For a home in the town of Dickinson, it would mean 8.6 cents per $1,000 assessed value, or $8.86 on a home assessed at $100,000. Because the cost to borrow the money will exceed our debt service limit, a supermajority or 60% approval is required. Next, the construction schedule. The schematic design was completed at the end of January. We are currently in the design development phase, which we are expecting to complete by the end of April. Then the documents will be reviewed and sent to New York State Education Department for review. Once they're reviewed and approved, a final bid document and review and coordination will take place, which is expected to be completed by the end of October. Bids going out in November and contracts being awarded in December of 2013. Construction will take place from January 2014 through August of 2015, with occupancy expected back into the new school in September 2015. In February, we met with the Board of Education to establish a referendum to go out to a public vote. On April 8th, we will hold a public hearing on MacArthur Elementary School, and on April 15th, we will put a referendum out for public vote. Finally, this is a first rendering of the southwest entrance of the new school. And this is a view from the northeast perspective, the back end of the building, with the new wings that are above the 500-year floodplain.